What's up, guys? This is Joe from Analog Archive back with another vinyl video. Today's video is going to be a continuation of a jazz kind of thread or set of videos that have been going around the YouTube VC kind of group for about a week or two. I saw one of the early videos that's in this series. So the idea behind this kind of thread that is going to be ongoing for probably quite a bit of time is that Dave at Local Bandography and Rob at Sound Strange, the two of them kind of got together and wanted to create a set of videos that are going to document the Blue Note 4000 Jazz series. So I talked about this series in my History of Blue Note video a few of my videos ago. So if you want to check that out, that would be great if you want to kind of learn some more about these records specifically. But the kind of idea behind it is to just kind of show the appreciation and to kind of show off this entire series so that people, they're going to put together kind of a playlist so that you could go through and you could see each of these 100 records being talked about in depth to kind of learn a little bit more about them. So earlier today, Dave at Local Bandography had made his video, which was, they're up to 4011, which was the sermon by Jimmy Smith. And I kind of volunteered because I had heard about them doing this, and being a big jazz and especially Blue Note person like I am, I had told them that there were some that I had from this series, and they had said if I wanted to do the next one that I could. So that's what this is. So we're up to 4012. This is Lou Donaldson +3, and the +3 is the 3 sounds. So it's Lou Donaldson with the 3 sounds. So there might be people that are familiar with Lou Donaldson, but the 3 sounds might be a group that people are maybe not as familiar with. So the 3 sounds was a group of 3 musicians. That's where the 3 comes from. That started in the mid-50s and lasted into the 70s. And they had the same lineup the whole time. There was quite a bit, very frequently throughout kind of jazz history, especially hard bop from the 50s into the 60s. There were quintets, quartets, Miles Davis, people like that put together some groups. But the 3 sounds represented these 3 musicians that were the same the whole time. Their entire career, they stayed together. They were always dubbed as a kind of a trio. So Lou Donaldson is on alto sax, Gene Harris is on piano, Andrew Simpkins is on bass, and Bill Dowdy is on the drums. This album represents a real fast-moving song. There are no like ballads on this. There's no real slow kind of moving songs. They're all more upbeat. Confirmation is the closing track on the B-side. That is a Charlie Parker original. I believe that Lou Donaldson wanted to put that song on this album to kind of pay homage, to pay his respect to arguably one of the best alto saxophone players in jazz history, and him being an alto sax player definitely kind of fit that. Another one that's great is Jump Up. That is a Lou Donaldson original composition, and it really lives up to the name of the song. It really makes you kind of jump up, want to get moving, make you kind of want to dance, which was not a real common thing with hard bop. It being so fast moving for the most part, it's difficult to kind of dance to that music, kind of in the traditional sense where you'd go somewhere and look to kind of be able to listen to music and be able to dance. But the copy that I have is a 1970 repress on that kind of black Black and Blue label. This label was not one that lasted for very long. It really was only present for about a year, just 1970. Maybe there might have been a few in 1971, and then they changed the label again. This album originally came out in 1959, and really is just a great fast-moving hard bop album. Lou Donaldson really came into his own and really showed what he had on this album, and is definitely a great kind of track. This copy I actually picked up in at the Bop Shop in Rochester, New York. It was one of those days where, and I bet a lot of people have had these days where you go to the record store and you're looking around and you're really not finding anything that you're looking for, and that was what was happening that day. And I just was kind of going through the jazz kind of bins, and this one kind of caught my eye. I didn't really know anything about it. I had heard of Lou Donaldson. I don't have any other Lou Donaldson aside from just a 7-inch. And so I was familiar with the Three Sounds through Stanley Turrentine. He did an album in the early 60s, in 61 or 62, with the Three Sounds called Blue Hour. And so I'd heard about the Three Sounds, but I wasn't really familiar with, or I was familiar with them, which kind of added to it. I listened to it. The copy sounded great. The music sounded kind of right up my alley and was definitely worth picking up. So this represents 4012. So this is the 12th. Well, technically, yes, it's the 12th in the series. And kind of look for other VC members to kind of continue on the series. I hope to be able to show off a few more before this all ends. Thank you very much to Dave at Local Bandography and Rob at Sounds Strange for putting this kind of set of videos together. And I look forward to doing some more videos in the future about this, and look forward to another vinyl video in the next few days.